Hey there, lovely people. I'm checking in back from my last 2 week wilderness experience with a new haircut and still needing to get used to it. But it's for me, it's a big step of a new part of my life and new me, and um, especially around the question that I want to talk about today, which is what we're actually capable of. And that's a big question. And there's a lot of like wonderful quotes of you just need to um, get out of the box and think openly, and then you can do anything you want. Um, which is, of course, a nice theory. And of course, if you do it, then it works and it makes sense. But how to actually implement it is a much bigger question. And what I realized is that to get closer to the question of what we're really capable of, we we need to believe it. And for it to believe it, we need to make small experiences that are showing us, okay, yeah, we actually did that. And then do more, and then do more. And thinking of my whole journey into my more wild self and the wilderness in general, all my trainings, all my experiences, and what I learned about myself, about my own inner voice and system, is that in the beginning I couldn't even imagine sleeping outside without a tent, sleeping under the stars without a tarp or anything, because it could always rain, or I don't know, there whatever is out there, and I don't feel safe, and I could never imagine doing that. And then I was with a group of people and I did it, and it actually worked, and I survived. And then there were a lot of those steps along the way, always thinking that I could never do that. And it seemed so big in the beginning and so scary. And but there was always some voice inside of me that urged me to continue anyway. and and I didn't question that, and I just walked through it. And then while I was in there, it wasn't always fun and pleasant, but afterwards it's like, no big deal. And before it was like, whoa, I compared it to the other people who did that. That's like super crazy. They're, I don't know, superhumans that they could do that. Um, and then I, step by step, did the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And somehow I did it. And after it's like, yeah, I mean, it was hard. There were a lot of moments where I wanted to quit. There were a lot of moments where I really didn't enjoy it. Um, but I grew stronger each time, and it was always worth it. On some level, I'm just, I don't regret doing any of it. And later on, reflectively, in the beginning or in the middle, not so much. I was questioning a lot of decisions a lot of times. Why would I always push myself in the situations where I'm just super scared, super lost, stressed out, and and challenged and just don't enjoy myself. Why would I even do that? Why wouldn't I just enjoy my life, do the things that are easy? Why do I push myself all the time? But at the same time, every time I'm learning, yeah, I grow stronger. There's different parts of me that grow stronger. And I'm currently, since those 2 weeks, they were just kind of the beginning. There's still a lot more to come, and I'm realizing that I'm a big part in a process where I'm super challenged and stressed out, basically constantly. And there are so many times where I want to quit, and I'm thinking, I could never do that. How could I ever? There's not enough time, there's not enough resources around me. How could I really do that while still having to manage my life and my work and everything? Um, and and I have my moments, but probably, I don't know. We'll see about the rest of the process, but they're coming up a lot. They have been coming up every few days, basically. And it's always interesting to question, okay, what am I capable of? And then the question, not just am I capable of that, um, but also, is that something that I need to actually do that? Because I can push myself and push myself and push myself and become, I don't know, in some people's eyes, superhuman, which might already be to some degree. Thinking of, I would look at myself as superhuman somehow. My past self would look at me now like that, but um, now I'm realizing also, yeah, I love those challenges somehow because they're bringing me closer to myself and to what I'm capable of and what is my best self, and not wallowing or not limiting myself in some way. Growing leaner and more agile and more flexible and strong and all those things that I strive towards, and at the same time also noticing that it's important not only to focus on, okay, how can I improve and challenge, but also um, the quality of my life and finding a good balance between, okay, which challenges are actually helping me in the long term improve my quality of life and help me enjoy my life more, and become more effective and efficient in some ways, or more resilient, um, and what challenges are just there for the sake of being challenged, of an ego driven, yeah, that's, I just did another thing, and I don't have a clear answer to that. It's just an important question to ask, and that's the question that I'm asking myself right now. And yeah, updating you on the process, but all I can share at the moment is that it is a good feeling to feel stronger, and it's, on one side, the physical strength that is actually improving, that I, over the period of the last 1.5 years, lost a lot of weight and gained a lot of muscles. and still have a long way to go. Um, Still feeling like I'm the slowest or the weakest, but somehow already that level has risen a lot, and that feels good. And also on the emotional level, not giving in so easily to certain temptations, and deciding, okay, yeah, what is important right now, what do I need to focus on, and always having that thing in my head is how you do anything is how you do everything, um, which kind of builds the brain synapses and connections and makes a lot of sense, while at the same time it's a hard thing to change. So yeah, basically I invite you to reflect on your life. Where do you challenge yourself? Maybe too much, or could you challenge yourself a little more? Where do you maybe even have a blind spot of, okay, I think I'm challenging myself enough, and I think I'm kind of where I can be. That's kind of the best I can do, and maybe that might not be true. So yeah, that's kind of my impulse for today, to reflect on that. And um, I'd love to hear your answers on, okay, yeah, are you already challenging yourself a lot, and are you on the limit, or are you maybe not challenging yourself enough? Or do you even don't feel the need at all to challenge yourself because they're coming anyway? The life's challenges, and so you just deal with them as they come. I'd love to hear your perspectives on that. Um, and I will check in soon again. And until then, keep on keeping on. And breathe in, breathe out, and listen to your inner voice, because that's your true answer and your truth, and that's what's gonna guide you. At least that's how it is for me. Till next time.